What's up, people? Welcome back to Daily Red Devil for all of your latest Manchester United transfer news and talk. And as always, we're back with the breaking news, the big stories. We're here for you, so do make sure to smash a like on the video and do subscribe to the channel if you're new. And this one is relating to none other than Elanga. Elanga is set to join Nottingham Forest for a fee of £15 million. This is coming out from the Telegraph in the UK. This is also coming out from, let me just double check, the Daily Mail. It's coming out from about 4 or 5 different newspapers in the UK saying that Manchester United are set to sell Anthony Elanga to Nottingham Forest for £15 million. It goes on to say Manchester United have reached an agreement to sell Anthony Elanga for £15 million. Anthony Elanga will have a medical at Nottingham Forest this weekend ahead of a £15 million move. As I said, guys, there's about 3 or 4 different journalists reporting this exact same story. He will move to Nottingham Forest. The deal will be worth £15 million. I think this is a great deal. Do let me know in the comment section, guys. How do you feel about this piece of news? Are you happy about this deal? I think it's great. I really, really do. I know some people will say, oh, he's an international. He's played loads of games for Manchester United, all the rest of it. But for me, Elanga was never going to be good enough to play for Manchester United. I'm sorry. I did like the guy. I thought he was good at points, but I don't know. There's just something about him that I just don't think he would have ever made it. Now, the only maybe bittersweet bit about this was Anthony Elanga wasn't on big wages at Manchester United, okay? So it's not like we can sit here and say, oh, it's great, we've got his wages off the book. He was only on £5,000 per week, which is an absolute drop in the ocean when you compare that to Harry Maguire on 240 and people like Brandon Williams on 50. I mean, £5,000 is still £5,000, but a year, we're only taking £260,000 off the book. So it's not an amazing sale in that sense. I would have much rather it had been Dean Henderson. I would have much rather it had been Harry Maguire because at the end of the day, 15 million is good. But for somebody who's on such a small wage, maybe we should have got a little bit more for him. I think you probably could have said, we want 20, we want 25, because there is a high chance that Anthony Elanga will go on and become a good player. I think he does have the potential to be good. I just don't think at the moment he is of the Manchester United kind of what's expected of us, you know? It is positive, though, at the end of the day, guys. We have so many wingers. We've got 6 or 7 wingers, and Anthony Elanga was never going to play. I don't think he got any game time at all last season, did he? Not a single bit. So, yeah, I do think this is the right decision. I am happy that Anthony Elanga's going, and as I do with all Manchester United players, I do wish him all the best. I hope that he goes and he has a really great career, and I wouldn't be surprised at all that if in a couple of years we come back and buy him for a ridiculous amount of money, to be completely honest with you, because that's what Manchester United seem to do, isn't it? We seem to sell players for cheap, and then in a couple of years' time we go back knocking and try and bring him back. The one thing you do have to remember here, guys, which is really, really important to remind you all of, is that Elanga came through the youth academy, okay? So that means he'll go down as 100% profit, which is really, really important for financial fair play. So this £15 million that we get for him can be reinvested straight away. That could go on Amrabat. That could go towards the Rasmus Højlund deal. That could go on Zion Suzuki. This money can be reinvested straight away. It's 100% profit. So it's really, really good in that sense. But at the same time, maybe we should have squeezed a little bit more money out of Nottingham Forest. Do let me know in the comment section, guys. How much do you think it was fair to sell Elanga for? 15 I'm happy with, but I'm not going to be jumping for joy. I think you could have probably got around 15 to 20 million for the player, to be completely honest with you. If I'm being really, really honest, I think that 15 is probably his market value at the moment. But imagine if he goes on to be like a really good player, you know? Imagine if he does really well for Nottingham Forest next season. He's going to be worth 40, 50 million pounds then, isn't he? So at the end of the day, I'm happy about it because he's never going to get game time. It's the best thing for his career. I like Elanga. You know, he's a likeable player. But at the end of the day, he's never going to be, at the current moment, he's never going to be good enough to play for Manchester United. I'm not saying he can't be good enough to play for Manchester United. I'm more saying that because of our squad, because how inflated our squad is, how many players we've got on those wings, he's never going to get in front of Anthony. He's never going to get in front of Garnacho or Sancho. And then you've got players like Ahmad, you've got Palestri. Like, we've got so many wingers that Elanga was never going to get any game time, guys. So at the end of the day, why has it changed to that? At the end, oh, it's not supposed to have done that. Yeah, at the end of the day, like, we were never ever going to see Anthony Elanga play in every single game, were we, for Manchester United? It was impossible. So, yeah, it is what it is. I think it's the correct decision. I really, really do. It goes on to say that Elanga deal with Forest includes a sell-on percentage, but not a hugely significant one in size. So, for anybody who is interested, there is a sell-on clause in the contract. So, when Manchester United they could potentially get some money in the future ultimately. So if Nottingham Forest go on to sell him for 10-15 million pounds more than what Manchester United paid for in the future, Manchester United will make some money off that as well. It hasn't been confirmed exactly how much that is yet, but yeah. Sorry about the Arsenal thing. For some reason, my studio thing just swapped it over to the Arsenal watch-along thing. I do apologise for that. This show is about Anthony Elanga. It's not about the Arsenal game, so I do apologise for that one, guys. But yeah, so the deal is going to be worth £15 million, reportedly. There is a sell-on clause. We're not sure exactly how much the sell-on clause is. It does look like there's some sort of add-ons, guys. So it's £15 million with add-ons, heading to around £20 million. So I think it's a good bit of business. I do. Like, I know he's a Sweden international. I know he's played lots of games for Manchester United. I know he's not a bad player, but I just don't think he's going to make it in the Manchester United team at the moment. I really, really don't. There's so many people ahead of him, all right? There's so many people ahead of him, so I do just think that it makes sense for him and for us. It gives us an extra 15 million to invest in other areas. We could spend that on Amrabat. We could spend that on Suzuki. We could get the what's he called? The Rasmus Højlund deal over the line. So I am generally happy about this. It would have been nice if there was a little bit more than 15, but 15 plus add-ons, apparently up to 20. I'm happy with that. I really, really am. But as always, guys, do let me know in the comments section, how much do you think Elanga was worth? If anybody's wondering about the sources where this is coming from, so it's coming from the Telegraph in the UK, it's coming from the Daily Mail, it's coming from Mail Sport, it's coming from Manchester Evening News. There's literally about 5 or 6 journalists in the UK running this exactly the same story now, guys. So it's not a case of, is it true? Is it, Fabrizio came out earlier on saying that Nottingham Forest had put in a bid for Elanga, but we didn't know how much for. And then since then, we've had 5 or 6 different journalists all come out saying the deal's worth £15 million. He's going to do his medical on... apparently he's going to do his medical this weekend. So it does look like Elanga will leave the club very, very soon, guys. I'm not sure if he's on the tour at the moment. Does anybody know if Elanga's on the tour in America? I'm not actually too sure, but either way, it doesn't really matter, guys. At the end of the day, you can still do you can still do your medical when you're away, can't you? Just because they're in another country doesn't mean that they can't do their medical. Overall, I'm happy with this. I'm happy to get some more money in the bank. It will really help us this transfer window. I know it's only 15 million, but 15 million is half of what they want for Amrabat. So when you look at it like that, I think it's a really, really good bit of business. But as always, guys, I do look forward to seeing your thoughts in the comments section on this deal. Are you happy that Elanga's gone? Do you think we could have got more money for him? Do you think we should have kept him? Do you think there's a player there? I think it's the right decision for everybody. I really, really do. Obviously, there was a story that Everton were looking at him, wasn't there? But apparently he rejected Everton because he didn't want to play under Sean Dyche because he didn't like the style of football of Sean Dyche. I do think he'll do well at Nottingham Forest. Obviously, he's come through the Manchester United Academy. He's moving to Nottingham. It's not a massive distance away. What is it, an hour and a half away from each other? So, yeah, I think it's a good move for him, and I'm really, really happy for him, and I wish him all the best. Yeah, I do wish him all the best. I think he is on the tour of America. I'm not entirely sure. Like, I don't really pay too much attention on Elanga, to be completely honest with you. He didn't play in any of the pre-season matches, did he, so far? I know he was training with Mason Greenwood, wasn't he, privately? But yeah, I think this is the right decision. I assume he'll probably travel back to the UK now, do his medical, get the move, and that'll be good for everybody. There's a bit of breaking news coming out as well, guys, in the last couple of minutes. Apparently, Erik ten Hag will be doing a press conference at 5:30 p.m. today, so that'll be really, really good. That'll be the first press conference he's done since the whole of this season. So that's something to look forward to, isn't it? The headline is Anthony Elanga is leaving Manchester United for £15 million plus add-ons. It's being reported by 6 or 7 different journalists now. So really, really positive. I'm happy for the player. I hope he goes and does really well at Nottingham Forest. And I hope that this money is spent straight on Amrabat. I hope we get an Amrabat here we go within the next 48 hours, because 15 million, you stick another 10 million on that and you've got yourself an Amrabat. So let's just hope that we bring him in, and let's hope that Elanga 15 million goes through, because you never know in football. Sometimes bad things can happen, can't they? Right, I'm going to wrap the video up there, guys. I've brought you the news. It was just a quick one to bring you this bit of breaking news. Anthony Elanga will go to Nottingham Forest. £15 million is the fee. As always, guys, please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let me know in the comment section how you feel about this transfer. As I said, I'm happy about it. I think it's the right decision, but I look forward to seeing you guys' opinions in the comment section. I'll catch you guys later. Lots of love. Peace out.